cool shoes, Tom. Where'd you get them? All right, I'll tell you. So I was doing shows up in Portland, Oregon, and did a few shows, big show like this. Group came up to me afterwards, and they go, we noticed you have Nikes on. Do you like them? And I go, yes. And they go, do you want to come to Nike headquarters tomorrow? And I said, not really, no. I like your shoes. I don't want to see your office, man. And he goes, well, you can shop at the employee store. So I go, what's that? He said, it's a warehouse. It has every product imaginable, and you would get 50% off. And I go, how about I rent a U-Haul and I empty your fucking store tomorrow? He goes, have at it. I get excited. Next morning he calls me. He goes, I wanted to tell you, you can come to Nike, but you're not allowed to shop in our store. And I go, why? And he goes, we put your name in our system and it was flagged. And I'm like, flagged by Nike for not doing sit-ups? Like, what the fuck's that all about? He goes, no, you're a person of influence. And I go, excuse me? He goes, you're an entertainer. We call that a person of influence. You're not allowed to shop in the store. I go, that's fucked up. And he goes, you can try to go through the entertainment division. And I go, what's that? And he goes, that's free stuff. And I go, all right. So I get that number, and I call, and this guy answers, and he goes, Nike Entertainment. And I go, hey, Tom Segura. And he goes, okay. And I go, I'm a person of influence. And he goes, okay. And I go, I'm calling about my free shit. And he goes, all right. And I go, so how you want to do it? And he goes, we'll regroup and we'll get back to you. And I go, okay. And they never called, so I bought these Adidas for $130. So fuck you, Nike. Let's see if you even survive without my purchases now. You wanna know how crazy that company is? I told that story in New York City at a show, and the next day, a Nike executive got my cell phone number and called me and goes, oh, I was at your show last night, and I think it's very rude that you're telling that story. And I go, I think it's rude that you didn't give me free shit. And he goes, I think you should stop telling that story. And I go, fuck you. Get out of here, man. He goes, fuck you. And I go, why don't you change my diaper? He goes, what? I said, you heard me, bitch. It was at that moment I realized we have this amazing insult at our fingertips that we're just not utilizing enough. Why isn't change my diaper part of the lexicon? It should be the ultimate insult. It should be like, fuck you, why don't you fuck your mother, why don't you change my diaper, game over. I'm serious. Rappers should wear them in videos and be like, change my diaper, bitch. The president of another country should tell ours, change my diaper, orange man. And listen, if you're a parent, you know exactly why that insult is so appealing. If you're not, let me key you in on a little secret. There's a reason your asshole is the only part of your body you can't physically see. It's a fucking horror show, okay? When you have a little one, you have a front row seat for years. And my son shits with his eyes closed. I don't know how often you do that. I'm guessing it's twice a year. Maybe the day you get back from Cancun and when you tell the lady in the Thai restaurant, yeah, I can handle my spice. My son, every single shit, he's like, and when he's done, he makes eye contact and you're like, whoa. And he pushes out the last bit as he stares through you. He's like, ugh. And you're like, ugh, you're nasty as hell. It's gross. And just once, it would be nice if as I'm cleaning my son's shit-filled asshole, if he would look up at me and be like, hey, motherfucker, I appreciate it. And I'd be like, yeah, and I appreciate you. Thanks, Denver. You're so much fun. Have a great night. Appreciate you very much. I'll tell you on a grand scale who's helping nobody lose weight. It's Starbucks. And this is true. They have a national training campaign to try to trick you into ordering food. And this is why. They know you're going to order a beverage. So they try to lead you into food. Pull into any Starbucks drive-thru, and now they greet you. They say, welcome to Starbucks. What can we get started for you to eat today? And you're like, wait, what? I just wanted coffee. And they're like, no shit. What else do you want? So then you're like, I don't know, sausage? Like, what do you have? I don't respect that. I like my shame straight up and honest. And nobody does that better than the West Coast burger chain In-N-Out. And if you've never been in In-N-Out, get your fucking life together and go. And I want you to go simply so you can experience the most shameful and honest question in all of fast food. Because you pull up and you go, I'll have a double, fries and a Coke. And they go, will you be eating in the car? Yeah, I think so. And they go, I bet you will, you fat fucking pile of garbage. Doesn't that question sting? You're like, am I living in my car? Why am I eating in my car? Because if you say no, they give you a bag and they're like, leave with dignity. But if you say yes, it's an open tray and they go, eat out of that, pig. And then it falls in your lap and they go, pick it up. And you're like, how about, and they go, are you going to jerk off when you get home because you're lonely? And you're like, yes, yes. We're going to give you a free milkshake because you're bumming everybody out. We're fast food workers. You're making us sad. Get the fuck out of here. Not everybody agrees on weed. That's fine. I don't care. Like my parents, we don't agree. They're not cool with weed. I don't care. They're old. I still love them. My dad's a Vietnam vet. Some of them are cool with weed. Some of them are not. Some of them don't want to talk about Vietnam. My dad does. Some vets are like, I don't want to talk about it. And my dad's like, what do you want to know? Here's what I wanted to know when I was a kid. It's terrible to ask a stranger this, but it was my own father. And, I'd seen a lot of movies, so I'm like, you're in the war. Did you kill anybody? The first time I asked him that, he goes, no, I didn't. I go, all right, okay. A few years later, I asked him again, did you ever kill anybody? He goes, it wasn't like that. I was a lieutenant. I was in charge of people. It just didn't work like that. I said, okay. And then a few years later, I asked him again. I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, I threw grenades into bunkers. I go, were there people in there? He goes, there were, yeah. Just little pieces by the time I got in there. And then last year, I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy. Whoa. I can remember the first time we ever talked about weed because it was Christmas Day. That's why it stood out. I was 12 years old. I think my sister brought it up. She was like, I want to smoke weed. And my dad goes, you want to know what I think of marijuana? And I was genuinely curious. I go, what, Dad? He goes, I was at a party one time, and somebody pulled out a marijuana cigarette. And I said, I'm out of here. And I was like, cool story, nerd. You got any other ones? And he goes, well, yeah, one time I was in Vietnam, and some Viet Cong tried to sell my Marines marijuana. So I found him, and I picked him up by his throat, and I threw him on the ground, and I put my M16 in his face, and I said, if you ever come here again, I'll fucking kill you. And I go, do you have any stories in between those two stories? Jesus, it's Christmas, bro. God damn. 2 years after that, there was a woodpecker fucking up our house. This will all make sense. And woodpeckers can really damage your house. I remember my dad paid a guy $500 to patch up that part of the house. A month later, the woodpecker returned. This time, my dad did not call the guy. He woke me up, his teenage son, on a Saturday morning. Picture you're dead asleep, and my dad whispering in your ear with his potent dad breath. He just whispers in my ear, dead asleep. He goes, I need you to shoot a bird. I just go, I don't do that. And he goes, figure it out. So I said, okay, Lieutenant. And I got an air rifle. I shot the woodpecker. I remember I shot it mid-peck, so it was going like, landed in front of me, so much bigger up close, really big, red feathers, distinct features. I was blown away. I bagged it up, I threw it away, and then I went over to my girlfriend's house. I started telling her family about it over lunch. I should mention, at the time, my girlfriend's family ran a wildlife conservation center. So I didn't know my audience, but I heard a few forks drop, and I look up, and her dad goes, oh my God, you killed a long-billed woodpecker. That's an endangered species. And I go, oh. I said, my dad made me do it. And he goes, how does that make you feel, knowing that you did that? And I said, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. Those birds are extinct now. I did that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm crazy. So, if you're still not on board with this, how about an old, reliable one? You know, how about Tourette syndrome? Yeah. Maybe you've heard of that. If you haven't, let me tell you. When I was in 5th grade, my parents sent me to a new school on a Wednesday. I'll never forget. It was a Catholic school, and on Wednesdays, they had Mass. So picture you're a new student at a new school, you don't know anybody, and the first thing you're doing is you're going to church. So I walk in, and the priest starts the service. He goes, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the kid in the row in front of me goes, fuck your cunt. And I'm like, oh, Nobody did anything, no one batted an eye. He just goes, Holy Spirit, starts reading from the Bible. This kid goes, lick my balls, and fuck you. I am laughing so goddamn hard, but I know I'm not supposed to laugh. It sounds like I'm having a stroke. I'm 10. I'm like, I have tears running down my face. And finally, I'm able to get out, how come nobody else is laughing? And the kid next to me goes, he's got Tourette's. It gets old. 3 years I was at that school. That shit never got old. That was the greatest gift God ever bestowed upon me. And I'll tell you this, the greatest day of my life, up until the day my son was born, was the day we had a substitute teacher that year, and they didn't warn her about him. Your imagination is serving you correctly. It was glorious. I watched a 10-year-old boy break a grown woman's spirit. These poor substitutes, they don't know what's going on in your class, you know? She walked in, somehow they didn't tell her, and she's like, read chapter 3. And then his tics would build, meaning they would start small. So he would sit in class and be like, hey. So she goes, what's going on? And we're like, she doesn't know. And then he would do this every day. He would take markers and paint his own shirt. Again, every day he did it, but she doesn't know about it. So she sees it. She's like, what are you doing? He goes, what do you think, bitch? Ah! Then he starts painting his face with the marker, and she goes, stop that. And he goes, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, fuck you. And she's like, what's happening? What's happening? And we go, that's Kevin. Why are you crying so much right now? Like that. And she killed herself. She's dead. So... She's out of teaching, but she's fine. So, I know. When you guys are like, Jesus, he's a real jerk.